On today's episode, we are going to wrap up 2020, the drastic changes, the failures, and the successes, and get our minds ready for 2021. What is to come for 2021? Happy New Year! It's 2021. I made it to 2021. If you're watching this video, that means that you made it to 2021 too. So yay! We made it. Oh my gosh. 2021 was a rough year, but we did it. We did it. So pat yourself on the back and welcome to 2021. And welcome to the Zainab Kanu Show, where we empower motherless daughters for them to change, for them to grow, and for them to heal. My name is Zainab, and I am your host. Despite not having a mommy figure and having all kinds of childhood traumas, I have been able to change my life. I have been able to go from pain to purpose and from broken to blissful. So let me empower you, engage you, and enable you to become the best version of yourself. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing, and the notification bell so that you get an alert as soon as I upload a video. Here on this channel, we are all about healing. We want to heal from within so that you can access that greatness, that life that is right around the corner waiting for you. Thank you. Okay, so 2020 was a year of drastic changes, some failures, and some successes. And let's talk about my drastic changes in 2020. Okay, changes that you and I were not expecting. So, of course, COVID-19 was a drastic change. Okay, I never knew what quarantine or lockdown means. Like, I mean, you read about it, but you don't really know what it is until you have to experience it. So that was a physical lockdown piling on mental lockdown. It was just crazy. Just a crazy year. Another drastic change for me in 2020 is that I gave my partner a second chance. That was a drastic change for me. I don't know if it was COVID. I don't know. I know we did a lot of counseling. So that kind of prompted me from the counseling and some of the changes that I saw to say, okay, let me go ahead and give this man a second chance. So I did that in 2020. I moved out of my old place into a new place in 2020. In 2020, I quit a lot of jobs. I did. I quit a lot of jobs. As you know, I'm a nurse, so I can do travel nursing. I have a base of like a base job is what I call it, where I'm per diem there. It's at the hospital in my hometown, and I work there when I need to. When I need money, I pick up, I work, that kind of thing. But I decided, you know what? Because even with that, you can kind of do full-time work, but I really don't. I said, let me do the travel positions. And I took that. And a lot of the places that I went to be honest, were very toxic. I don't know. I will not blame it on COVID, to be honest. People are toxic, period. The COVID was already a toxic environment, and you pile that on top of people's toxicity that they naturally, normally, every day have. It was just when you go into these environments, they're just very bitter, nasty women or people that you work with, very mean, very racist. And I wasn't here for it. If when I go to work and I feel like the environment is not conducive for my health, and that can cause me to have a mental breakdown, I just was like, no. So I just quit. I quit a lot of jobs, and I'm going to tell you more about it later. So stay tuned. That was a drastic change because I recognized like, hey, wait a minute, you've been quitting jobs, girl, here and there. In 2020, a drastic change for me was that I ended relationships that were not healthy for me. I just was like, that's it. You are not healthy for me. If you just, all you have is toxicity and negativity, I was like, I'm not here for it. So I ended a lot of friendships, a lot of just, yes, now that I think about it, I did. Oh, yes, I got rid of a lot of friendships in 2020. And I didn't argue with anybody like I did in 2019. Nope. If I don't call you, I don't respond to your text messages. I don't take the time to reach out to see how you're doing. We are not friends anymore. No. Because to me, I cannot be friends with someone that is, again, not healthy for me in a way. So I just casually stopped picking up the phone calls. Just casually stopped. And that's what I did in 2020. I wasn't here. The stress was too much. I can't deal with your nonsense. So that's what I did in 2020. I had a lot of opportunities. So I had a lot of semi-failures, semi-weaknesses, more so opportunities. Okay. So let me tell you about my opportunities. I have 9 opportunities that we are going to discuss because these opportunities, wow. Woo. They were rough. And I gave you a hint earlier, about a minute or two ago. And the first one is that I quit a lot of jobs. Now I'm going to tell you why that is an opportunity for me. So I quit a lot of jobs, not necessarily because I wanted to. So it wasn't really like I quit the jobs because of me, right? I quit these jobs because this is what will happen to me. When I will go to a job, when I will go to an assignment, I will either encounter I don't know, maybe it was me. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it was me because I will interact with people that were very toxic. They would just come to me and tell me their problems, the issues that they're having about the job, why they hated the job, why they can't stand the job, how management is, all these craziness that they would tell me about, right? So get this. Instead of me focusing on my problems and my issues, what I did was I personalized and internalized their problems that they were already having at the job prior to me coming in, and I made it my own. It's almost like I thought to myself like I was going to be their savior or something. And it was, oh my goodness. It took me after several failures to realize like, wait a minute, this is not my problem. But because I will engage and interact and listen to their issues, I don't know why, for some reason, my brain could not compartmentalize like, hey, wait a minute, this is not your issue. I would dislike the job, dislike management, not because I had an issue with them. No, because of someone else's issue or issues. I hate the job, a job that I worked so hard to get, a job that I really wanted. I would get there and I would dislike the job because of someone else's problems, and I made it my own. And so it was very impulsive. Like there's one job specifically that I was so impulsive. And till this day, I regretted the fact that I was that impulsive for that job. And I just literally just walked away from the job. It was just one job. I just like walked away. I mean, the other ones I gave no notice, but this one I was not professional because I just walked away. And till this day, it haunts me because that's the first time in my life I've ever walked out of a job. I've never done that before. And so I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. I want you to comment below and let me know what you think. Did I make the right decision? Was I right in quitting or just walking away because it was so toxic? Or should I do better by not taking on other people's problems? You know, did I make a mistake? Comment below and let me know, because I think I did. I think I made a mistake, and it kind of haunts me till this day, but I'm working on kind of letting it go. You know, I don't like being unprofessional. I don't know how people do it. It's just weird to me, you know? So anyway, comment below and let me know. My second opportunity was my negative self-talk. My negative self-talk triggers a negative self-image. Let me explain. It's not COVID. Nope, it's not because of COVID. I just had a lot of negative self-talk because, one, I was making a lot of decisions in 2020, and I was also engaging, again, like when I would go to these jobs, when you do a travel assignment, when you get there, because they don't know you, they don't know your qualifications, they don't know what you can and cannot do, even though they selected you based on your resume. When you get there, they will like try you, you know, they would try you. So it came to a point where I started having like, wait a minute, am I good enough? You know, I started having that talk, and then I was having some personal issues, and then I gained some weight. So that kind of affected my self-image and my self-talk. And when something will happen to me, like let's say I had a bad day, normally I'm able to like talk myself out of it. But in 2020, I would like have that negative thought. It will, how do I explain it? It will spiral down and get into the rabbit hole and stay there for days. Like I will literally be like maybe a day or two, I would just be in that negative space. No. So I realized that, you know, like, wait a minute, I'm having a lot of negative self-talk, you know, like what I'm putting myself down, or I'm mad at myself for some of the decisions I made, some of the mistakes I made. That will lead me to think that I, as a person, the whole me is bad. So I had to work on that, you know, those are some of the things. It's a little like, I worked so hard on that, but now I'm so much better. I am so much better. Yes. Oh, honey, I can't. The world is already mean and evil out there. You know, there are really nice people out there, but there are also very mean people out there, and they can do a lot of damage if you allow them. So I cannot allow people to be negative towards me. Then I come home, I continue to be negative to myself. So I realized that, and I'm like, oh no, honey, no, I can't do that anymore. So yes, that is number 2, my negative self-talk. My number 3 is my anger. My anger, my verbal. When I say anger, it's because, again, I was angry at myself for some of the mistakes that I made where I felt like I should have done better, right? And that led me, when I'm angry at myself, my anger led me to overreacting, personalizing, and internalizing issues. Okay? My anger led me to this. And how my anger will show up is verbal aggression. Comment below and let me know, how does anger show up for you? Because for me, first I would try to be silent And then that doesn't work. And the next thing that will happen is I will my verbal my verbalization, okay? My words will be really, really strong. And I'm like, wait a minute, Zainab, stop that. Why are you talking to people like that? You know, I mean, I didn't do it all the time, but I did it enough to know that it's not okay. One is too many times. You know, no matter what someone does to me, whether I like it or I don't like it, verbal aggression it's like a form of abuse, really. So I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be abusing people, you know, because I know exactly what that feels like. And I don't want that. I want to radiate love, okay? Let's radiate love, kindness, peace, joy. I don't want to radiate anger, just angry. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to be like that to people. I love to be kind. I love it. Kindness is good. I love it. Okay? So yes, that was something. Okay? That was number 3. Number 4, I lacked courage. Yes, I did. I lacked courage. And what that did was it made me leave a lot of money on the table. So fear will overwhelm my brain, and it will cause me to not take on jobs, or maybe walk out of jobs, or maybe just not be my best. In terms of this podcast, in terms of my personal life, you know, I had fear because, you know, again, it's just one negative thought that can literally send you down the rabbit hole and keep you there. And so I didn't like that. So that was an opportunity for me, is the lack of courage. Number 5 is that I lacked patience. I don't, listen, I don't know. I really don't know. I had no patience. I had no patience in 2020. I had none. I was just like, I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have that. You're not going to do that. No. That's how I was in 2020. I'm like, I'm not going to take it. That was my favorite thing. I am not going to take it. I am not in the business. That's how I was in 2020. I lacked patience. I really did. So that is an opportunity, because you have to be patient with people. You can't expect people to be where you are, you know? That doesn't mean I have to tolerate and condone toxicity. However, I can't, no ma'am, I cannot continue. I don't even know how to even say it, how to explain it. I don't have to tolerate toxicity, but at the same time, I have to be patient with others. I have to be patient with people, you know? That's the right thing to do. Number 6. My number 6 opportunity is my ego, my pride, and my confidence. So, okay. I kind of battle a little bit here and there with my ego and my pride, because the Bible say pride goes before failure. And so, let me tell you the example. I'm going to go back to the story where I just walked out of the job. Truly, I walked out of the job, not because the job was that bad. It was because my pride took over. That's what it was. It was my pride. And my pride made me leave money on the table. Yes. It wasn't because the job was that bad. The job is just like every other job. The hospital is just like every other hospital. Have its pros and cons. However, something happened where all I had to do was apologize, and I didn't. I did not. And what I did was I just walked out of the job. Or even if I didn't, let's say I chose not to apologize, I could have just be quiet, just silence. And I didn't do that as well. So it was my pride and my ego. They were like, girl, like, you know. And that led me to walking out of the job at the end of the night when I finished my assignment that day. I just was like, I'm never coming back. I could have come back. And I think because I said that I was never coming back, I felt like I had to continue on that. I felt like I couldn't go back because I've already said I'm not coming back. That was pride. Yeah, it was all pride. But on the flip side, my confidence elevated. Yes, my confidence elevated. And I think that stems from me having self-realization, self-actualization, you know, like in a sense, like, okay, some things are not good, but some things are good, you know, and I dive into like taking good care of myself when I could. And that led me into, you know, elevating my confidence. And I practice a lot of things, whether it's I'm practicing for my podcast or I'm practicing for whether it's a job. Like I spent quality amount of time doing things so that I can become better at it. Yes. So that elevated my confidence. And when I went back to the hospital where I was, like my base hospital that I told you about in the beginning where I'm always per diem, when I went back there, I get a boost of confidence because everybody knows me and they know what I'm capable of and what I'm not. And no one was putting me down and making me think like I don't know. So I don't know. All of that was a contributing factor towards elevating my confidence. Not that I need that. Prior to me going there, I already did the work internally. And so when my work that I did internally was met with gratitude and appreciation, it affected my confidence. I hope that makes sense. Number 7, an opportunity for me for number 7. My weight. My weight. So I love to enjoy food. Yum, yum. Yummy. I love to enjoy food, and I just need to have like a healthier relationship with it, in a sense, you know, where I only eat for the nutrient and not for pleasure. Comment below and let me know how to do that, because I don't know how to do that. Do you know how to only eat for the nutrient, what you're going to get from the food? You know, because during quarantine, let me just tell you, during quarantine, right? Oh, I enjoyed food. Okay. I tried all kinds of recipes during quarantine. Spanish recipes, Mexican recipes, French recipes, Chinese recipes. Oh. My favorite thing that I learned how to make, I have to tell you, is French toast. It was delicious. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. French toast was amazing. I learned how to make it from this French guy. Oh, I had too many French toasts during quarantine. And then, of course, I already know how to make pancakes and banana bread. So that was like delicious for me too. Maybe I should make banana bread. What else? Lo mein, like Chinese lo mein, like General Toss chicken, just like, I can't even remember all of them off the top of my head, but I made a lot of like different foods and I enjoyed all of them. I was going to all these different grocery stores trying to find the items. And so I had fun with that. And yes, I was having fun and my body was like, girl, wait a minute. You're eating all this food. Where am I going to put it? It went to my stomach and my butt and my thighs. So I'm working on that. But I'll tell you a little bit about that later. Okay, I'm going to tell you about that. My number 8 is self-forgiveness. I had an issue with that. Again, talking about when I walked away from the job because of my pride, my ego, that kind of, when I had a self-realization, which was actually like a day or two later, I really I don't even know how to explain it. I felt so bad that I walked away from the job. And till this day, I'm working on just being like, girl, it's just a job. It's not a big deal. Like, just forgive yourself. It's no big deal. So I'm still working on that because I really don't like to be unprofessional and I don't like to be mean to people. So yes, so that's one with the job. And there are other things that I have to forgive myself for, certain decisions I made that were not conducive for my health, my verbal aggression I hate. When I tell you I am diligently working on that, I am diligently working on it. I don't like that verbal aggression. So the times that I've been like that, it would just send me down the rabbit hole again. And it just makes me really sad that I could not be better. But I'm learning that, everything takes time. I'm thinking I'm going to like just change my life just like that. But it doesn't work like that. It takes time and you have to practice with everything. You have to practice. When you fail, you practice again. You fail, you practice again. You fail, you try again, and so I am at that space where I'm like, it's okay. It's all right. You don't have to spit out venom to people because things are not right. Things don't go your way. It's not all right. So now that we have talked about my opportunities, my failures, my weaknesses, and I gave you actually 8. I said it was 9, but it's only 8. I gave you 8 of them, right? Now that we have talked about that, we are going to talk about some of my successes, despite all of these opportunities that I had, right? Can you imagine that? Despite all these opportunities, yet still, I was able to have successes. Look at God. Look at God. Despite that, I hope that this will empower you and enlighten you to know that you can have failures and successes at the same time. You don't have to be perfect. I am not. We are all a work in progress, including I. Some of my successes in 2020, oh my gosh, I got to work with some amazing people, my team. Oh, thank you, Jesus. They're so amazing. My videographer, my content producer, and blog writer. Oh, I'm getting chills. Thank you guys so much for all your hard work. I am forever grateful. Thank you. That was a success for me because I met these amazing people that I was able to work with, and they are able to see my vision and bring it to light. So yes, that was the first success. The second success is my relationship with God. It got deeper. I don't know, because I was searching and trying so hard to to better myself. And I just want God to be so proud of me and look at me and say, yes, whatever little that he has given me, I am able to make something out of it or do something with what God has given me. And because of that, right? Because of that, my relationship, I constantly seek God. Like I'm seeking God every day. And it's like, it's taking a toll. Well, not a toll. It's affecting me internally. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. Because the feeling, I can feel the change working on the inside of me. One of them is my confidence. Because I trust God wholeheartedly. Because our relationship has deepened. It has gone to the next level. And so because of that, my confidence, my courage, it's like just elevating, you know? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Number 3 is my business growth. Oh my gosh. I cannot even believe, in terms of YouTube, in terms of Instagram, in terms of the podcast, whether it's Spotify or it's Apple, my God, you will not believe the amazing things God did for me in 2020. Yes. Look at that success right there. The numbers are climbing. Look at God. Oh my God. Look at God. Just a side note here. 2 years ago, I asked God, I said, God, you gave me this vision and you say, Zainab, this is what I want you to do. I was scared. I don't even know what I'm doing. This was never on my mind in terms of doing a podcast. Never occurred to me. Now, I know that I've always wanted to be a talk show host. I've always wanted to do something that allows me to be creative in terms of helping people. I've always wanted that, but I just didn't know how to go about it. And when I tell you from beginning to end, every step, every move, God has directed me, including the people that I'm working with right now. Right now, I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it because I don't know these people. God sent them to me. You know, so when I think about it, when I think about my business, listen, comment below and let me know what amazing thing or things God has done in your life. What is God doing in your life right now? Comment below and just say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Comment below. Let someone know. Oh, He is so good. Forever faithful. He loved me even when I didn't know how to love myself. And He directed my path, my steps, despite everything that I have gone through. And even though I have opportunities, I still experience peace and joy on a daily basis. How do you think I have that? Don't get me started. I can go on and on and on about my God because He is so good. Number 4, my faith is stronger. My faith and my trust is strong. My faith and my trust in God is so strong. And I thank God. I thank God for everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the mistakes, the opportunities, the successes, the strength, the failures, whatever you want to call it. I am grateful for that. I hope that you are too. I hope you have a higher power that you can look forward to, because it's so important to have hope. Hope is a very powerful word, a very powerful thing to have, because when you have no hope, you have nothing. when you have no one to look up to guide you, to protect you, to grant you grace and mercy, honey, you have nothing. You have to have something to hold on to. And for me, that is my Jesus. My Jesus. My next one is, a success for me is I let go of unhealthy people. In 2020, I let go of unhealthy people and I have absolutely no remorse about it. None. You are not healthy for me? Cut. You're out. Because I'm going to tell you why it's important for you to have healthy friendships, healthy relationships. When you have healthy friendships and healthy relationships, that is a foundation for you. That is what's going to aid you to become the best version of yourself. Unhealthy relationships create a lot of drama, a lot of toxicity in your life. And when you have unhealthy relationships that are toxic, the chances of you having courage and reaching out for your dreams and your goals, your aspirations, is very limited. A friend that is unhealthy for you can drain you. And a lot of times we think unhealthy means that they're just bad, they're just toxic. But no, sometimes people can enable you to failure with love. That means when you have someone that doesn't hold you accountable, a person that doesn't hold you accountable and is a yes ma'am, yes man, or whatever you want to call it, type of person in your life, you don't want that individual in your life, because they are going to, again, enable you to failure with love. That's what they call it. So it's always good to have a healthy friend, and a healthy friend supports you, but they also hold you accountable. Yes. I have that in my life. Her name is Angie. She's quick to tell me, I don't know about that. Sometimes I don't agree. But I also have another one, Diane. She's like, I don't know about that, you know. So you need that. You need that in your life. You need a healthy friend, you know, a healthy friend, healthy relationships. Get one. Another success for me in 2020 was I read books. Of course, you know I do read. I read every day. I read something every day. There's not a day that goes by I don't read something. Whether I am reading the Bible or I'm reading, like I read the book Soar by Bishop T.D. Jakes. I will recommend that book. Highly recommend it. I also read a book called Sick People Argue. That's a really good book too. It's Sick People Argue, I think is the name of the book. Anyway, I'll put the link below. I'll put the link below for Amazon for you to get it. It's a really good book. You know, it just talks about how the devil can manipulate you into having these negative thoughts that gets you in an argumentative state where you're always having that arguing spirit. Get behind me, Satan. What they say? Yes. Get behind me, Satan. That spirit of arguing is not good at all. You don't want that. So those were my successes. Yay. Oh my gosh. I think I have more. I just can't remember. I wrote a couple down. Yes. That was 2020. A year that we should be grateful for. It came to teach us a lot. I hope that your perspective has changed in terms of what is healthy and what is not, the people that you should value in your life. You know, 2020, yes, it was rough, but it's here. It was here to teach us something, and take what you can from it. You know, don't just push it aside. It was here to teach us something. You know, so hopefully your perspective, your thought process has changed when it comes to your family, your friends, your job, things that you should be grateful for. You know, health is wealth. Okay. Health is wealth. You should be very grateful that you woke up this morning. Yes. Now, what am I expecting for 2021? Again, Happy New Year! Welcome to 2021, a year of blessings. Let me tell you how I am walking into 2021. I am walking into 2021, okay? I am walking into 2021 confidently believing and trusting in God for peace, for protection, for mercy, for grace, for health, for wealth, and for success. So let me say that again. I am walking into 2021 confidently trusting and believing in God for peace, for protection, for mercy, for grace, for health, for wealth, and for success. Yes. So in 2021, I will continue my personal growth. I will stay open to heal from within, continue on that journey for 2021.
When you are confident and content with who you are, all of it, inside and out, you're content with that, you're confident, and you know that you're enough.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you know in the core, I'm enough. I can walk in a room and not even see it and not even feel it. Like you're not even trying. You're not even trying to do it. You're just automatically vibrating that essence that, you know what? You have your lane, I have my lane, and I'm good with that. And I'll wave at you as I'm going by, and you may go ahead of me, and I'll look at you and say, oh my God, look at how great she's doing. She's going. Like, and you're content with that because you know your lane takes you there as well. Right? So it's that sort of like, yeah. So it's the self-confidence and building that, and that's where the foundation of self-love